this is Yogesh and today I'm going to discuss that how we can perform object-oriented programming in Java. So as the beginning I'm using inheritance in this video. So let's start and understand that how we can perform inheritance in our Java program. So first of all I want to discuss that what is the inheritance. So the main purpose of the inheritance is code extensibility. Whenever we are extending, automatically the code is reused. For example, that you have created a class for the parent, and in that class you have defined some variables. For example, that the parent money, and you want to the child class should access the parent money. In that condition we can use it. Okay, or the method of the parent class can be used directly into the child class. Second thing, in inheritance, one class giving the properties and behavior and another class is taking the properties and behavior. Here properties are the member variables and behavior is the member functions. I already told you that the accessing the methods and the properties into the another class is called inheritance. Inheritance is also known as a relationship, means two classes are belong to the same hierarchy. Is a relationship is belong to. By using extend keyword we are achieving inheritance concept. In the child class declaration you have to extend the parent class. Here you will use the extend keyword. In the inheritance the person who is giving the properties is called parent or super user or super class, and the person who is taking the properties is called child class or subclass. To reduce length of the code and redundancy of the code, some people introducing inheritance concept. So now I am going to discuss that how many types of inheritance is available in your Java programming. First of all, single inheritance. In this single inheritance there is a single class and single superclass and single child class, and here you can see the program that the parent class extended by the child class. Here class B is the child class which is extending the A class or the parent class in the single inheritance. In multi-level inheritance, that each level each class is extending. For example, that this is the parent class A class and this is the class B which is extending the class A, and class C which is extending the class B. Okay, in hierarchical inheritance, in this inheritance there are two subclasses extending the same parent class. Here you can see that class A is the parent and the child classes of class A is B and C, and both are B and C classes are accessing the class A only. And multiple inheritance, which is not possible in Java. In place of multiple inheritance we can use interface in Java. So in multiple inheritance you can see here that two parent classes are accessing by the single child classes, which is not possible. Here you can see that the program how it will execute. And the third and final inheritance concept is the hybrid inheritance, which is not possible in Java because it's a combination of two inheritance, that is a multi-level inheritance and multiple inheritance. Here you can see that class A extended by the class B and C, and class B and C extended by the class D, which is not possible. And some important factors about inheritance: it is possible to create objects for both the parent and child classes, but there are some constraints are there. If we are creating object for the parent class, it is possible to call only parent specific method. For example, by using the parent class object you can't access the child class methods or the properties. If we are creating object for child class, it is possible to call parent specific and child specific, but in case of child class object, the child class object is capable to access the parent class method as well as child class methods. Some important note: every class in the Java programming is a child class of object. Object is the most parent class, and the root class for all Java classes is object class. The default package in the Java programming is the java.lang package. and both declaration, see, these are the declarations. So here you declare a class with the name test, and in the same way we can also declare this class in this way: class test extend object. As I already told you that the object is the parent, most parent class, and the same way we can declare the string. Okay, now switch to the demo. Now let me create a new project, and the project name is inheritance demo. And in this inheritance demo I am going to new class, that is the main class. Name of this main class, which have public static void main. It's fine. Now I am going to create child classes. So how I can do this? Just go and copy some name. So here I am going to use predefined written code, because it's not a very big task to perform. Here you can see that this is my parent class. Okay, I will explain that how we can use this and the parent class. This is my code. Okay, so here you can see that I declare a parent class where I declare a single method, that is a p1 method, which is displaying the simple string. Parent class method is called, and in child class we are extending the parent class. At this level, if I complete this code, then this is called the single level inheritance, because there is only a single class, parent class, and single child class. So child class, extend the parent class using the extend keyword, and you declare two methods, that c1 and c2 for the child class and p1 for the parent class. Now come to the main class Java. If I create the object of the parent class, p_obj equals to parent class, I declare the object. Using this object we can access only the parent class methods, that is the p1. I'm not able to access the p is a capital. Java is case sensitive language, so we have to keep things in our mind that case sensitive issues should not be there. So if you run this program, then you will see that parent class method is called. But in case whenever you try to call the child class method, which you have declared in the child class, that is a c1, and it will give you a error, because parent class object cannot access the child class method. The method c1 is undefined for the type parent class. But in case when you declare a child class object this way, c object equal to child class, and if you want to access the parent class method, you can do this very easily. Here you can see that c1 and c2 are the child class methods and the p1 is the parent class method. So using child object you can access the parent class method also. So if you execute the program, then you will have the output. And the child class object can also able to access the child class method, like I want to call c2, and if you execute the program, then you will have the result properly. So this is a single level inheritance. Now if I want to extend this particular class, I mean to say that I want to create a super child class. How we can do this? Just write a class name super child class, which is extending the child class, and in this child class I declare a single method, that is sc1. Okay, so if you want to call this method, very easily, super child class object able to access its parent as well as its parents. Okay, for example, using obj I can access the p1, which is the parent super parent class method, and if you execute the program, you will have the output. I have to save it first, then execute. You have the output. So I think that you understand that how we can perform the inheritance in Java. If you are interested and download the source code, you can visit my website, and in my Java section you can have the object oriented programming in Java inheritance. I also mentioned my URL, this URL on the videos link. Please subscribe my channel and understand various concept of Java and other programming languages. Thank you very much.